The US says it's up to the Afghan security forces to defend their country after the Taliban captured a sixth provincial capital. At a press briefing, Pentagon spokesperson John Kirby said the US military cannot do much if the Afghan forces are not putting up a fight. More in this report.
As the deadline for the withdrawal of the foreign troops from Afghanistan nears, the Taliban keep making major advances across the country. In the overnight raids, the group claims to have captured the last remaining army base in the Nijrab district of Kapisa province. The Taliban spokesperson Zabiullah Mujahid also claimed to make advances in the Puli Kumari city of Baghlan province. However, Pentagon spokesperson Kirby said that the security situation in Afghanistan is not going in the right direction. He said that the United States is deeply concerned about the trend, but the Afghan security forces have the capability to fight the insurgent group.
The Secretary shares the concern of the international community about the security situation in Afghanistan, which is clearly not going in the right direction. The Secretary continues to believe that the Afghan forces have the capability, they have the capacity to make a big difference on the battlefield.
Kirby also called on the Afghan security apparatus to use the superior military edge that it holds over the Taliban.
They have an air force the Taliban doesn't. They have modern weaponry and organizational skills the Taliban doesn't. They have superior numbers to the Taliban. And so, again, they have the advantages. It's really now their time to use those advantages.
However, in an interview, Afghanistan's former president Hamid Karzai said it was the United States military activity in Afghanistan in the name of fighting the Taliban that was causing immense suffering to the Afghan civilians. Meanwhile, U.S. Special Envoy Zalmay Khalilzad is heading to Qatar to press the Taliban to stop their offensive. In another development, Germany has rejected calls for returning soldiers to Afghanistan after the Taliban took Kunduz, where German troops were deployed for a decade.
For more on this, we have with us ARSHAD YUSUFZAI, a political analyst from Peshawar. So thank you for your time. Mr. YUSUFZAI, with the situation in Afghanistan in view, what does the Pentagon reaching out to Pakistan's military signify?
Well, it is an important development between the U.S. and Pakistan, and it seems that the U.S. has realized that keeping Pakistan in the loop is important. If they keep out Pakistan, peace cannot be brought into Afghanistan. It is impossible without involving Pakistan, because Pakistan has so much stakes in Afghanistan, and it has still some influence over the fighters there. So I believe the U.S. has realized now that they must work with Pakistan, that Pakistan should be involved in a peace process in Afghanistan.
Right. Mr. YUSUFZAI, if Afghan forces are superior in both military tech and in numbers, why are they losing ground to the Taliban?
Well, I don't think they are superior in number, and I don't think they are, able enough to fight. In fact, one of the reasons the U.S. had long demanded, the U.S. was asking the Afghan forces to defend their country. The U.S. and other countries, their foreign donors, had invested heavily in arming and training the Afghan forces. They are well equipped, but still they are failing against the Taliban. It seems that they are not willing to fight the Taliban, and no one else should be blamed for their failures. The government should realize, the Afghan government, that they need to talk to their army, that their army should be the one to fight, and they should be the one to blame, not other countries.
Mr. YUSUFZAI, is the statement by the U.S. that it's up to the Afghan security forces to defend their country a clear indictment of the Kabul administration?
Yes, I think it is a clear sign that the U.S. is fed up with the Afghan administration. The U.S. has helped creating in creation of the Afghan army. It has trained it and it has equipped it. The Afghan army is very well trained. It is very well equipped compared to Taliban, who are fighting barehanded with AK-47s. They are ill-trained, and still the Taliban are making progresses very rapidly. The Afghan government is blaming Pakistan for its failures, and the U.S. believes that it's time that they should stop that now, and that they should concentrate on their own failures.
Right. Mr. YUSUFZAI, U.S. envoy Zalmay Khalilzad is once again on a mission to pursue the Taliban to stop their advances. What leverage does the U.S. have on the Taliban, and what can Washington offer them?
Well, they should first realize that are the Taliban going to listen to them now after they clearly violated the peace agreement or the Doha peace agreement so many times that they bombarded cities, that they tried to bombard the Taliban forces. The Taliban are not happy with that. The Taliban are not happy with the role of the U.S. embassy in Kabul. But still, politically, they are so mature now that they would sit with Khalilzad, they would listen to him. It does not guarantee that the Taliban would listen and agree to whatever he says. They would still have their say, and they are now in a better position to influence their say.
Mr. ARSHAD YUSUFZAI, thank you for speaking to Indus News.